right, everyone out there, here we are at podcast episode number 3. This is the Addicted Fishing Podcast. We got some fun things to talk about tonight. We got Cameron Black, Lucas Holmgren, myself, Marlin Lefever, and who else do we got here?
Is it Josh Handy? I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep, cause I miss you, Josh, and I don't want to miss a thing.
So pretty much, Josh, now what, since our last podcast, so many people liked it when Luke, I can't remember what you sang, but you busted something out, but now everyone's
Georgia.
Yeah, it was Georgia.
Yeah, now you're going to be serenaded by Steven Tyler.
Yes, with your introduction, every time someone new comes on the program, we have Steven Tyler come in and introduce them.
All right, thanks, Steven. See ya.
No, all that aside, Josh was in one of our podcasts before, right?
I was in one of the original ones we did with 2-point conversion.
Exactly. So we wanted to bring him back in. It's fun. He enjoys talking fishing, so it's good having him here. And we have been busy as hell, haven't we, Cameron?
Oh my goodness. So thank you to the weather gods that want to keep raining on our little steelhead parade here this year, because I tell you what, I'm really getting sick and tired of this. We need some global warming stat. This is just, I'm over it. But yeah, so I had to cancel a trip today, but of course, starting on Wednesday, on February 8th, we have the Portland Sportsmans Show. So we took the opportunity. We have 4 different booths going on down there, and took the opportunity to haul some carpet, the grid, all the big stuff. So you can drive in there and
Getting banners printed off, pictures printed off, trying to get everything organized. Lucas is working on a little email today that we can send out to people about the Portland show. Article too as well, right, for the website?
Absolutely. Article as well on a very unique offer coming at the Portland Sportsman Show, which, by the way, is February 8th through 12th, and we are going to be in booth 159. So to get there, you just enter Hall A, walk the entrance to your right, and head straight towards Bob's Sporting Goods.
And so pretty much, like, for those who've gone to the show before, it's the same building as the trout pond for the kids fishing, but we're just on the other end, and literally we're kind of in, I would consider to be like the fishing retailers. You got Bob's Sporting Goods, of course. You got Fishman's Marine, England's Marine, Fish Field. You got everybody in there in that hall, and we're right smack dab in the middle of it. Yeah. So it's we're in a good spot.
I'm hoping to catch my first fish at the trout pond this year.
I might actually that might be the only way that I could actually catch some fish on my switch rod. Maybe I could sneak it in there in the morning, and I could just be in there roll casting and catch some trout.
Does it
probably still
that would actually be funny. We should film that. No, I might not get a touch. I might actually catch a fish.
You probably like 50 touches.
Well, at the show this year too, we're going to offer something pretty unique. We're going to try to give it. We've never really given away anything this big, and we just are really appreciated to everyone that has been following us and everyone that's excited about what we're doing. So this year at the show, we're going to give away. You're going to get a chance to basically win the ultimate steelhead package, and that's going to include a 2-man guided trip with Cameron, obviously.
I'm sorry in advance, people.
And then we're going to do an Okuma 9.9 Guide Select Pro bobber rod, an Okuma spinning reel. We're going to have some braided line from P-Line. We got some tactical fluorocarbon from P-Line. You're going to get the whole array of Fishing Addicts scents that we've come out with, and probably going to throw some other Procure ones in there as well. Jigs and floats and weights from Hawken, multiple worms from Mad River, beads from Brad's Killers. So it's just going to be a nice big package that you're going to have the chance to win. And all you got to do is come to our booth and give us your name and email address, and that's how you enter, and that's it. No other requirements. If you can't make it to the show, we're going to launch something online just after the show that you guys can enter as well online.
Yeah, that's basically a $1,500 value.
Yeah, it's about $1,500, so...
Put my name in.
Josh is disqualified immediately.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that you're already talking smack for the Springer tournament, you definitely don't get a play.
Go time.
So,
but it's a raft trip with Cameron, is that correct?
Yeah, we'll do some rafting, and, we'll probably do it pretty close to, right after that show. I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up. You know what that means around in our neck of the woods.
Big start seeing steelhead.
Big old
my
fishies.
Favorite.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be a bunch. I mean, it hasn't been, like I said, just going right into this high water conversation we had a little earlier. We definitely have had some challenging conditions, some very cold conditions, and some very inconsistent
I will say,
fishing,
though, when it's been good, it's been good.
Oh, yeah.
But then when it goes down, it is just down and down and down and down and down. And then, bam, you'll have a good day and you'll be all excited again. Then
here
the next day, bad.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, last week had one day on the one. Ooh, I almost did it.
Dropping river names.
Wow, I was on a small river, whatever, and we got into 7 fish and thought, oh boy, here we go, and had to trip the next day and thought we were gonna just
And you got like one or
rip
something,
it up.
right?
Got one, and we
Yeah.
we fished behind every rock in that damn river. So it's just it's been the way of the season, but we're still holding out hope for a good, strong wild run, which typically show Valentine's Day till the end of March. So we got a lot of season left, and the best is yet to come.
Yep, there's going to be some fish coming. We know they're there. It's not like they're going to all be dead. They're coming.
Or they're all going to get eaten.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
By the 500,000 sea lions.
We're not talking about that.
I love them though.
We're just going to rage on it.
And cuddly. What's your problem with sea lions? Why don't you want to talk about sea lions?
No one likes sea lions. We're talking positivity Sportsman Show stuff. What else are we going to have at the booth?
Man, we got tons. Man, we've been running around. Obviously, good baited question too, because damn well what we're going to have at the booth. But we have a lot of good spinners. Now Dave Hawkins made up some custom color ones. We've got 3 different patterns that are going to be those ones will be sold in the Bob's booth, but any retailer will be able to sell them at some point in time. But just for the show, they're starting out there. He's launching his we'll call it the candy back line, but there's also going to be some double-sided painted flame red spinners, and it's kind of funny because like we were talking, which one of these 3 spinners are people going to want? It's like, you know what? I bet people are really going to like the other 2 color candy backs. I'm not going to let it out of the bag yet on what those are. Gonna have to come to the show and check them out. But there's one that's a flame red on the front and just flame red. It's red on red on red on red. And there's a certain time of year that those fishermen who kind of understand the fishery know, like, they're gonna mop those things up. They're not the prettiest thing in the world. They're not the flashiest thing in the world. But those, I look over here at Josh and he's giving me the look like, oh, I know what's going on. But yeah, those things are going to get mopped up. But they got a limited quantity of them. They're going to be at the show. So yeah, you better. It's going to take about 10 guys to come in and mop those spinners up.
Yep.
There ain't going to be much. But they'll be available afterwards too. And then, of course, one thing with Dave and, him starting to make those Simon spinners on a real good quality hook is that he can also do a lot of custom colors, custom orders. And so there'll be some opportunity to get those after the fact as well.
What size of spinners?
Those will be the 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, the ones that are utilized behind a short bus super series, or that can be trolled straight in line too.
And our booth, guys, we kind of just want our booth to be a hangout area. We're going to have lots of new products there from different manufacturers that you guys can check out, but we're also going to have rods rigged up to talk fishing techniques. We're going to have apparel there that you can buy if you want, but if not, if you just want to come hang out, you want to meet us, we'd love to have you guys there, booth 159.
Please do, because that show is really long.
Yeah, it's really 5 days of us sitting in the same spot, so we need all of you guys to come say hi to us.
You know what, and it's never, truth be told, like, there's a couple slow spots in the show, but even last year, it was great. We had a lot of chairs, a lot of hangout stuff.
And
talk fishing, products. We got some new short bus Super Series colors that we tested last year. Same with Triangle Flash. We're gonna have those in the booth. We're gonna have some Brad's gear in the booth. We have a lot of the newer stuff. We're gonna have a new one of the Beckmans come out with their nets again.
Yep.
We're gonna have a new Beckman net in the booth. We're gonna have lots of and then of course
the Addicted landing nets will be there.
Addicted landing nets, and then of course
Addicted float.
The whole line of Addicted Procure scents are going to be there. The water soluble is going to be there. And one of the things I'm going to do cool is Jason from Procure has given me a few bottles to give out when we're there. So I'm going to be just randomly selecting people that show up to the booth to give out Addicted scent for you guys to try.
Especially if you got Addicted gear on.
Yeah, there might be a little emphasis. There might be a little favoritism in that. We might announce something.
If you got any Addicted gear, come on over to the booth. We'll get you
stickers. please wear your Addicted gear to the booth, and we'll get you guys either a sticker or something. We'd love. We had people coming and taking pictures last year, and that was fun. So let's do that again this year for sure.
Autographs, right?
Damn it, you beat me to it. I was just gonna say, and Marlin is gonna be giving. I'm gonna print out 100. Portraits of Marlin holding
there will be no autographs.
And Marlin
there will
Lefever
be a trophy from last year.
That trophy's been burned. You guys got way too much play out of that trophy. That thing is melted to nothing.
Yeah, we ain't signing any autographs.
Oh, come on.
We didn't say we were. We said
no. Yeah, what's this week stuff?
You and Jerry Shy.
Hey, also I wanted to mention Reed's Rod Wrap, guys. They were cool enough to send us 100 free sets of their wraps to put on the Addicted landing net. So if you bought an Addicted landing net, you're going to get a free set of rod wraps with it.
They are right behind us, like in the aisle. Like we could literally open the curtain and say hi
Killer.
to those guys. So we're all
Yeah.
right there in that same spot.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of guys at this show. So if there's anyone that you've been looking to meet or you just want to see, this is a good show to be at because most of the retailers, most of the product companies, they're all showing up to this show.
Those guys are gonna have a booth there. Or
Yeah, they're right behind.
Oh,
They're
wow.
just on the other aisle from
That's
us, but
awesome.
they're literally behind our booth.
I remember like 2 years ago they were just starting out, and that's fantastic.
I know.
And see, that's what happens, guys, when you just look past the hate, because those guys got a lot of freaking just, anyone can make a rod wrap and anyone can do this. Well, yeah, that's fine. Anyone can. But guess what? He's now in Walmart, and every other store in the world because he just stuck with it and kept going, and now he's created something cool.
And there's just really cool guys.
Yeah, he's got a useful product, and I mean, fishermen obviously buy them because he would not be doing what he did if people weren't buying them. So think about that out there with the addicted stuff.
Exactly. And you guys, that's just kind of a shameless pitch. I've been following this guy and I've been pitching this guy to everyone, and I'm going to continue to keep pitching him. If you haven't followed Gary V online, please go follow Gary V. He's very inspirational and motivational to anything that you're doing in life. So go follow him. And I've been really excited the last just 6 months because I've seen Fishing Addicts turn into what I always wanted it to turn into. And so I just want to inspire everyone out there if they're trying to do anything in life. Like Lucas, if you want to be a musician, dude, you can be a musician. Josh, if you want to be on the street corner, you can be on the street corner. But
just dreaming by Lucas.
Just seriously, it sounds dumb and it sounds, like I'm being retarded right now, but follow your dreams.
Don't stop believing.
I totally felt that.
I'm like, oh boy.
Totally saw
Anyway, guys, follow
can't be
Gary
a
V
musician.
because he'll get you excited.
Yeah. No, at the end of the day, it all just comes down to a good product, no matter what people say about it.
Exactly. If you
Are
put
you
out
doing something good or not?
Exactly.
It's got to be a product you believe in, too,
True.
for sure.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason we team up with very specific sponsors. We
form partnerships based around products that we already love.
Yep.
And then we can help them develop things that are going to be better.
You know what? I think I might as well just come out and say it. So, with speaking of that, because there's a lot of stigma that sometimes goes around these products and stuff like that. And 3 months ago, when Akuma USA came and talked to us and said, hey, we love what you guys are doing. We want to do this kind of thing. We want to work with you guys. Like, that's what we want. We want to work with you guys. We want to build with you guys. We want to do this stuff. And we kind of, even Marlon, you and I kind of went, well, we use a lot of the reels, but we don't use a lot of the rods and some of the other product stuff.
Yeah,
we do
absolutely.
like the reels. So we started with the reels, but guess what? Started with the reels, and then we started running some of their guide select. They said, just try these. Just try these guide selects out for a little while. Well, I can tell you that every steelhead that I have personally landed this year, everything that we have caught, all my clientele has caught this year, every last fish has been on one of those rods. No qualms, no problems, no issues, no nothing. And so, like you said, so people talk hate and make fun of products and stuff, sometimes it's just on the fact that A, they just don't know, and B, the fact that product is there and it's still out there and it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, there's a reason why. And that's because people are flocking to it.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that, like a 9'9"?
Yeah, that
float
mine,
rod?
the one specific one I was using was the 9.9.
Good float and bobber dog.
Great float and bobber dog and rod. That's where that rod really excels. I did do some drifting with it, but
And truth be told, I pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Cameron was on board a lot, and it's not because I wasn't on board. It's because I had a very closed mind. I had one company that I loved and one company that I fished, and I didn't really give a lot of opportunity to try anything else. And do I still love that company? Yeah. Do I still think Lamaglass has some awesome rods? Absolutely. Do I hate Lamaglass? No. But does Okuma make some pretty damn good rods at a damn good price? Yeah,
For sure.
they do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been fishing that 9.9 now for 2 months, and I don't have a complaint about it at all.
well, I mean, considering too, but like I said, it's just the stigma. Like, we was just kind of going back to like what you're talking about with the Reed's rods wrapped, and the guy just kept grinding on it. He had a good marketable product and stuff like that. Now he's in, like you said, Walmart, Buyamart. He's got a booth. The whole thing. It's like, people.
And the thing of it is,
Just
guys,
because you see and hear and read and see stuff like that too, you got to draw your own conclusions. You got to realize that these guys are existing and doing this kind of stuff.
and no matter how great something is, people hate on it. Period. They just want to hate.
Yeah, people. Guess what? People
That's
still
just-
hate on those other rods you were talking about too, and other rods that we were talking about too. It's like, where do you draw the line, and where do you draw the line on a product where you say, okay, this is the value that I'm getting out of the product versus where I'm paying 500 times more than I should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one thing, one thing that where Akuma's really had a challenge per se because of some of the less
honestly,
expensive rod models.
Okuma's never tried to put out a high-end rod and say that they have a high-end rod, but I will tell you, they will be doing that.
Yes, they
will.
will.
And they will be coming with a higher-end model, and it will be with the help of Fishing Addicts.
And guess what? They already make $500 ounce-and-a-half bass rods.
Oh, yeah.
So
they already make it in every other market.
But it's cool. I mean, we're going to have a lot of those rods, too, at Sample and Display booth as well. And we're going to have a lot of those setups and stuff like that people can come and check out. They want to see how the new fixed addicted float works. They want to see some of the Short Bus Super Series flashers rigged.
Yeah, we'll just be doing mini tutorials all day in the booth. Hopefully, any questions you guys have with anything. Last year we had a couple trout. Like even we had a power bait rod rigged up that Forrest rigged up.
That's
we had a bunch of random stuff, and we can. The thing is, we'll have gear there too, and there'll be a lot of rods that can kind of go back and forth through different techniques, so we can rig as we're there. And
I haven't even said this yet. I think I said it on one of the posts on Fishing Addict, but I'm going to have a lot of scrap line and heavy line and bright line to do knot demonstrations. We can just sit there and do knot demonstrations. People ask about Crazy Alberto, uni knots, blood knots. How do you attach your braid to your mono? If I had $1 for every time I've been asked that.
Well, what's cool, we're going to have everyone's going to be there too at some point. Josh is going to be there a lot of the days. Jerry's going to be there a lot of the days. We're going to have Lonnie, Sean, Lucas, Cameron. Val, I think, is going to show up in Cameron's booth a few days. Forrest, is he coming at all?
I believe so, yeah.
So Forrest will be there a few days. TJ's going to be there with his old gang talking about walleye and catching things that aren't chrome. I don't know how there's any interest in that, but
things that kind of fight like a 2x4.
Jim's like, yeah, we plan on... TJ's dad, Jimmy's like, oh yeah, we're going to probably talk a lot about a walleye over there. We're not going to really be able to talk about salmon too much. But guess what? They still fight hard over on the east side. They might be a little... They
don't fight hard. Let's just be honest.
If you're looking pretty big,
their summers fight harder than our summers.
When I caught an 8.5 pound walleye when I went into the channel, dude, it was fun. But it was fun for about 15 seconds, and then it just came in like a log. But they're cool fish. I mean, they're super cool looking, and we basically don't realize the fishery that we have in the Columbia and in the Willamette, both rivers. There's incredible walleye fishing, and we better all start learning how to do it, because there's going to be a time.
Don't talk about stuff like that.
There's going to be a time when we aren't catching as many salmon, and it might be fun to just go catch some walleye or catch some bass.
My buddy Jason has been out there, and he's smallmouth bass fishing on the Portland waterfront. And he's been catching walleye on crankbaits right off the waterfront there.
Like right now?
Yeah, right off the waterfront.
Well, actually, it's more fall time.
With heroin needles floating down the river.
It's true.
And stuff.
Awesome.
So you don't eat them. It's a very
bass.
catch and release heavy, fishery. You just fish near the sewage outlets. They're extremely...
That's where they flock.
That's where they flock.
No, I mean, that day we went walleye fishing, what did we catch? Like 2 walleye, both of them were over 6 pounds.
Oh, big.
Oh, wow.
There were some big ones.
Yeah.
And we weren't even trying.
And what's funny, too, is we went up there, same kind of thing. I jigged up one that was like 7 pounds, and that was a couple years ago now. And so then, we go out, and I'm telling customers, because we always talk about different fisheries. Oh, yeah, we got walleye. And I love walleye. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, I went over there and channel. I caught this 7 pound. I didn't even get a picture of it. I just threw it back. And they're just like...
Actually, I'm pretty sure we bonked it. Yeah, we killed everything, because I was like, yeah, we should probably let this one go. And Cameron was like, no, we kill these. They eat salmon.
Well, that's a fact, too. No. But no,
they also taste like
we killed them. No, we killed them.
Everyone?
Yep, I gave them to Lucas, him and his dad.
They were disgusting. They were disgusting.
The big ones are not.
Okay, anyways, the long and short of it is, no, I did not get a picture of it, because I was like, oh, it's a 7 pound walleye. We catch 20 pound salmon all the time.
And what did we just learn from this? Don't keep 7 pound walleye, because they're not good to eat.
Especially from the Willamette.
Yeah.
That thing's been living in there for its 25 years, or however old that thing was. I'm
just eating.
But anyways, and that's really the brunt of it too, because we don't really understand what we have here. I mean, like I said, going back to it, clientele from the Midwest, they go, oh, we've caught thousands of walleye. I've been walleye fishing, and I got a 2.5 pounder one time, and you're just like, what?
2.5 pounds.
Like, oh yeah, they catch 50. TJ, shoot, he had that picture today, or that video today, of that 10 pounder.
Yeah,
they threw back. I mean, they don't even. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, they're catching I mean, walleye.
That guy came from Minnesota.
Yeah. People are coming
awesome.
from
Exactly.
the Midwest to fish with TJ just because they know he can consistently put them on big fish.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you said, so as these fisheries go, and I've been kind of saying, this year is going to be a tough year. The salmon runs are going to be normal. They're not going to be huge. They're going to be normal. These last
Which
3
isn't
years,
going to be bad. We're still going to be catching fish, guys.
What's
Still
up with
gonna
the Springer
rail
run
fish. It
this
doesn't
year?
matter.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
They just put out the
Guaranteed I will
predictions.
kill at
Guaranteed.
least 40 to 50 springers.
And then we'll win the tournament.
Oh, we're going to start talking. You know what? Radio silence.
Cameron
March 1st.
Black thinks he's going to even touch us on this tournament. It's over,
Oh,
dude.
keep going, boys.
Dude,
keep
it's
going, ladies.
over.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Done.
Hey, when is that tournament?
Don't worry about it. You
How
can
are you
figure
going
out
to
that.
win when you don't have me and him in your boat? Who are you going to put in your boat?
I'll win just the same way I win every other
All by
time.
yourself.
No, I just get good fishermen.
I'm going to take all your fishermen.
So
April 9th. Game over.
No. April 8th, Saturday. You're looking at last year's. See, you already would have screwed up.
Marlin shows up a day late.
Dude,
Would
we're
have
totally gonna
showed
go
up
the
and
day
you would have
late
showed
and just
up
murder.
day after it.
Where's everybody at?
Where'd everybody go? It's like, oh, that tournament. Yeah, it was one
It probably won't
yesterday.
even be open this year.
Nobody would
Yeah,
even
right.
show up because they know we're going to be there. So
So that's what you would think, but yeah.
Columbia Spring
Anyway,
Chinook predictions.
April 8th. If you guys want to beat
160,000.
Cameron Black at a
160,000 for
tournament, join the
Columbia.
NSIA's
Anyways,
tournament.
Now, is that-
See,
is
there's
that
a reason
upriver?
Cameron doesn't promote the tournament at all because he doesn't want any competition. He wants to just have like 0 people enter it. So,
So
April
let it be
8th,
known.
I
Let it be
enjoy
known.
fishing these tournaments just because I enjoy doing that. It's
Winning.
kind of like a sportsman show. No, and I've never won one. I've never won one.
I thought you won last year.
No, the
I
worst.
remember a big trophy. What's that from?
That was from a veterans tournament where there was like 45 guides. That was a little different, but you're still a dick. I'm gonna say that anyways.
Yeah.
But no, but it's fun, and because you're giving it to a good cause. I mean, whether you're joining CCA, Northwest Steelheaders, NSIA, stuff like that. I mean, you're still giving back to the sport, to the guys that are fighting the fight. So
Yeah.
I really don't mind doing it. I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of like the Sportsman Show. You get to see you go and have a good dinner and a good time with a lot of the guys in the industry and a lot of good fishermen, and it's fun.
yeah,
Not
for
a bad
sure.
time.
So we're looking at 160,000 to the Columbia.
Yep.
Is that upriver fish? Because I'm looking here. Willamette
Is
River
it say
40.
to the mouth, or is that above Bonneville? That might be the above Bonneville.
I
That's
believe
above
that's
Bonneville.
above.
I think
Yeah,
they're saying-
Willamette's
so-
40,000. Cowlitz is
I believe when I see it.
17,000.
I think they're saying like 200,000 total.
yeah,
Yeah,
to the river
okay.
mouth. Yeah, and that takes out obviously the sport catch and then all the trib stuff.
So is that a good?
So 200,000.
It's good.
If you
It's
consider
good.
the sea lions eat 66
Yeah.
to
Oh,
70%,
let's
so
we might get 30,000 back.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
It might,
Perfect.
You might,
Just
And then
take
it'll be
that
closed.
40 to 50 springers you're going to catch. You might catch one.
Yeah,
Or two.
and it'll be closed while 20,000 of them pass.
No, that's a given, and that's the way But that we can't take a shot at the state for that because that is the way that whole fishery is based. I mean, we fish in March, and we'll fish till March 15th, and the catch on the river might be 10 to 20 fish a day, and then between March 15th and March 30th,
my
it goes
limit.
up to about 100 fish a day. And then that first week in April, those last 7 to 8 days, we catch 1,000 fish a day, and that's why that whole fishery is structured. I mean, we catch more fish on the day of April 1st, than we do in the whole month of March. I mean, theoretically, but
I
that's
don't
the way it
want to give
works.
the state any ideas, but why don't we just let the buffer go over the dam and then start fishing?
Well, that's what
It's
Alaska
never made
does.
sense to me.
It's
That
Alaska.
way we're not.
You're saying meat escapement before
But
everybody
it's all
fishes.
money. I mean, it's all gas and bait and
Well,
all that stuff that we're
No,
spending
don't
money
say
on.
well. That's exactly,
That's exactly
what it boils
what it
down
is.
to.
All
Is
the trips-
economic
Well, because there's a
impact.
lot of and like I say, when it comes to us versus the gill netters and stuff like that, just having the opportunity for the sportsman to go fish
To actually
is a
fish for
huge
springers,
economic.
yeah.
because we don't have to kill a fish to make it count. And guess
And
what?
that's the reason
In
I don't
March,
care because all those days
Yeah.
I'm out there a million times, it's still fun.
It's still opportunity, and
Yeah.
and then there'll be a lot of sport advocates that will say, no, we need to have that opportunity, and there'll be some sport advocates that will treat it like Alaska, where there's some systems that they nobody fishes, commercial or sport, until escapement is met. It's a little bit convoluted though at the Lower Columbia because you do have a lot of opportunity at Willamette fish, which
Willamette fish.
tend to show up a little earlier than the upriver stock, and a lot of those fish are predominantly hatchery fish, and those are the ones that when we go out and catch those fish, those don't count against our quota. The quota is really based on us targeting or impacting upriver above Bonneville wild fish. So long and short of it, before I bore everybody, no, that there is a couple of good reasons why we do fish early, but I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, and then after you meet escapement, free for all.
But it really wouldn't be springer fishing if you didn't go out and just get skunked.
Yeah, it's gotta suck.
you know?
It's gotta
freeze and
It's
drive
just
your
normal.
sled in the sleet, making passes for
I mean,
one
I
fish.
usually
you
do
guys
that
remember me
Valentine's
just-
Day trip, you know?
Yep.
Do you guys remember you just ripping around out there in that mid-jet? Just down the river.
I knew when Marlin was coming. You just see him, or you didn't even see him.
You
You just
hear
heard
him.
him.
Exactly. You hear him, and you look downriver and see this little tiny
And he's
speck.
barely moving, but it
Coming
sounds like he's
towards you.
doing 300 miles per hour.
Hey, that thing did like 40, dude. That thing was scary.
That thing was pretty scary fast.
It's like a bathtub
awesome.
doing 40 across the water.
Oh, I love
thing
that
was
thing.
fast.
That guy still mobs it, dude. He had it at
I
Billy
seen him
10.
out there fall a lot.
Yeah.
I'd go, look, I'd ask him how it was running. He said it was running good.
Yeah, he rips it
I mean,
out.
you can really go a lot of places with that thing. really
Yeah.
fast, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
But
sure.
now the spring run's going to be a little tight, you know, and same thing with the fall. I think the fall, you got that number, Lucas?
I don't have the fall
But
number.
the fall, you know, we're looking at a normal year. None of this 1.5 million chinook and shoot with, you know, I've been kind of saying, I'm like, the buzz and the doom and gloom and like what you were talking about earlier, you know, it just doesn't.
It's not there.
It's just the buzz is not there. You know, the paper's not going to be. There's going to be a lot of guides and a lot of stuff and a lot of people really. It's going to be a tough year. And that's why I'm saying the emphasis back on the walleye. And the
Yeah, I'm gonna be
smallmouth
bass
and the
fishing.
kokanee
Don't forget
really
about
needs to
smallies,
happen.
I mean, I never catch
Smallies.
any spring
No, and
chinook,
then you
good
said
year
don't
or
forget
bad
about
year.
smallies.
You've got some
But
awesome
I mean,
smallmouth
I used
fishing in
to
the
do-
Columbia River.
Shoot, 6 years ago, I probably would do 20 to 25 just smalley trips, just kind of scattered throughout the summer. And I mean, every single one of them was a good time because it means nice weather. And
Yep.
sometimes it gets a little. I'd go up into the gorge. Sometimes it get a little windy, but I mean, you know, you can always kind of find a back cove to fish, or you know, but always a good time. Always caught fish. Viable fishery.
Lots of fish.
Lots of fish. I didn't really get too much into the walleye stuff,
There's
but
no limit.
but no,
kill
that's
them
right.
all.
That's right. There isn't any limit anymore.
Me and
It's kind of a
Marlin,
shame.
right after steelhead
Honestly.
season,
Shut up.
Kill a
go
bunch of
poke
big
around for
smallmouth.
largemouth in some of those
Yep.
farm ponds and the backwaters and stuff, and find some giants.
Yeah, early.
Right about late March or early April. So it's
Yep.
different
Giant
every year.
smallies?
Or largemouth.
Oh, largemouth. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Lower
just that's
Columbia.
all just water temperature
water.
based
Yep.
and how much sun we get.
Yeah.
really.
See, because usually I go and hit that. I hit our little bass mecca right after springers usually close.
Yeah.
So somewhere out that first week.
No,
But
last year it was kind of early, and the spawn
Yeah, it
was,
was early.
awesome for
Really
like
early.
I don't know what happened last year, but I just really hit all the ponds right temperature wise and did really good. But basically mid March through June, you know, a different lake every time. You know, it had
People
different spawn
would be
periods.
surprised how big a bass we have around here too.
Yeah,
We got
That's
some
nuts.
giant largemouth.
yeah.
Remember
I have
that guy
one-
from Bassaholics
Yeah.
first contacted me and he was like, "You live in Washington and
Yeah.
you bass fish?" And I was like, "Yeah."
yeah.
And he was like, "No way. Send me pictures."
Yeah.
I have
Why
one.
don't you tell them, like, you do realize
didn't think
90% of
they
our state is a
existed.
desert, right?
He just didn't
I
think
have
they
one
existed.
from April that I wish I would have got a scale on, and if I told you guys what I thought it weighed, I don't even want to do
I don't
that
believe it.
because yeah,
Nope.
you'd say that right away.
Lies.
But
Lies.
I caught a fish
Long
about
arm.
4 to 5 pounds before it. It was bed fishing, and the next fish that I caught could have completely enveloped that first fish in its mouth. Female, full of eggs.
You know, I believe it because I'll
No
say
picture?
there's.
I have pictures. I just don't have a scale on it.
Oh, the one that you showed me?
Yeah, yep.
The one that we were with you that day?
Yeah, I was at another pond. I should have just brought that thing over.
Just kill it.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
job.
Oh, yeah, right. Dude, those bass are so... You could throw those things 100 feet in the
I
air and
know,
let them
I
hit the
know,
water
I
and
know,
they'd still live.
It's crazy. Yeah.
How does
But I
Marlin
will
know
say that. I will say that though
'Cause
because
I've done
I mean,
it.
I will say that though because I've caught some 4 and 5 pound fish out of my little bass mecca that you completely exploit and film everything at now and completely thrash because that's what all fishing addicts does. We're doing the ruined spots.
We're doing a tournament on that.
Oh, you are
next year.
Cool,
just so you
cool
know.
story. Is that why you
Yeah.
bought your raft too? So you can haul it back in there and do that? No.
Yeah.
But you know, you're right. There'd be a 4 or 5 pounder swimming, and then behind it would be a bass that
Yep.
would be at least twice as long. Just
Yeah.
and he's obviously the one that's like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm not going to bite today. But
Yeah.
thanks for
Yeah.
playing.
And I've seen a couple of
Yeah.
those ones in that thing that don't bite.
no, yeah, they don't. They look like you first think they're
Yeah.
carp,
Yeah.
and then you go, "Ooh, that's not a carp. That's
Yeah.
a black stripe. It's got bass." But there's a lot of that. But for those guys, so anyways, I know we went off on a largemouth tangent because that. But for the Columbia, generally for the smallies, for really good solid smallie fishing, you generally, if you're gonna fish the smallie spawn, you're usually looking for that 56, really that 58 degree water, which starts to happen generally around the last half of May. But usually June's a pretty dang good bet for going out and getting smallies, and you can get them a little earlier.
I've done good in April.
You are crazy.
April,
I'm
pre-spawn.
talking for the wide open mid-river bite.
I'm
but
talking if you want to go catch
talking on the
50
rocks.
giant smallmouth,
you can
go fish in April.
Would you
Yes.
let me finish, please?
April.
But if you're one of those guys that are going to go up on a nice sunny day and go and fish like the backwaters and get deep into some stuff where you can understand that, okay, this water probably warms a little more than the main river, you can catch them. But for a guy who's never done it before, just go in June and find a rock, because that's pretty much all it is.
And
You
then
can do the same thing in April, though. I think the spring fishery in the gorge is a lot easier than the summer fishery.
But you don't
Oh,
think
for
you
sure.
especially
but-
from a guy off the
but
bank.
If you go in April though and you get a cold front, what's going to happen?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, come on.
Still gonna smack them.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've
Take
had
a
them shut down
bomber.
pretty good.
Bomber Model 8A.
And the reason why I know that, you know
Smack
what's
it
funny?
along the rocks
And you know
and
what's
wait
funny?
for it to
'Cause-
stop.
So when I used to drive up to another, can I say that spot?
Nope.
Okay, fine.
No Columbia
I used to drive
River
to a
names.
spring chinook fishery in the gorge. I used to launch at a different ramp, and then on the way home,
Oh yeah, that's not a secret whatsoever.
yeah, okay, that's yeah. Anyway, so when I drive home, like, or if I had to stay the night there, I'd just like totally just kill like hours and go smallmouth fishing. And when it was sunny and bright and warm nights, oh, I'd murder. But if you got those stupid cold fronts coming through, like
It
early-ish
just
in
means
April,
you're not that good.
fine, I'm not that good. Whatever. Anyways, if you want wide open, no nonsense fishing,
that's
See,
a good combo
I've
trip.
honestly never fished for smallmouth ever unless it's been in the spring. I've
Yeah,
never even
mine
tried.
was always
you
April.
ever tried summer
Uh-uh.
stuff?
Always April.
Because what
it's
I
like-
found was when all my spots that I would fish in April, if I went up and tried to fish those in the summertime, I
They're
would never
gone.
catch
They-
anything.
They're
they
gone
move
because
off
they're in
the
the
beds.
mid-river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is hard to catch them
And then in the main river,
unless you have a 25-foot Aluma well that
in the
you can go
summer,
out and
you
drop
catch
shot with.
smaller fish. In the
Yeah.
summer, you catch smaller fish.
No, that
too.
is true too. So unless you're one of the guys that are going to go target the bigger fish in the backwaters in the spring where you got touchy weather, but if you go in June when the water temperature's up, you will smash 100 fish, and it's
100
very easy
babies.
for a beginner. Okay, how about that?
Well, one thing
not
that
a
is
Marlin
super-
Lefever or a Josh Handy.
Just
Dude,
can't
that's
miss.
how we met bass fishing.
Dude, bass fishing, that was back in
That
the
was
day,
the
dude.
link.
I plan on doing it this year.
I remember
mean,
the day
it's-
Josh sold all of his bass gear.
Dude,
Swore he would never
kinda
bass
regret
fish again.
that.
Dude,
I
I
knew you
sold
would.
all mine too. Why did I do that?
I don't know.
I
I,
don't
had
know.
a bunch.
You know
too.
what's funny? I still have all my bass gear from like 5 years ago.
I don't hoard stuff though. If I got something, I'm like, yeah, sell it. I don't
Oh
need it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just got in trouble for that today. Steph always yells at me because I'm just like, "Hey, are we keeping this?" And she's like, "No." And I go to throw it in the garbage can. She's like, "You don't have to throw everything away." And I'm like, "Well, we're not going to use it."
Literally today, I went to the dump and I threw away like a bunch of stuff I should not have thrown away, but I just didn't want to deal with it.
You
so
don't
I
want
just
to.
threw
I
it
don't
all
want
away.
to give it away. I don't want to deal with it.
Well, I'm going to haul a bunch of the stuff that I probably should have thrown away to the Sportsman Show. I got tons of reels, tackle,
go.
and stuff like that. Rod holders.
I'm gonna bring a couple
mounts.
rods for you to sell for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of that stuff. They'll be all
No,
gone
you
after
sell
the
'em
first
yourself.
day. Yeah, sell 'em, yeah. But yeah, so speaking of that, I'm not gonna throw it away, but it'll be at the Sportsman Show booth.
Sweet.
One note on that smallmouth thing is I do think Portland has to be the just super underutilized for smallmouth. There's all these guys that go crowd on two metropolitan Portland area rivers and fish all year like crazy that really would probably have an amazing time just running down to that main stem Columbia or even the Willamette fisheries right there in Portland. There's a ton of smallmouth bass and I never see anyone doing it.
No.
No, I've heard
Underutilized.
guys. I mean, just straight in downtown too, just off
Yeah.
some. If it's got a rock,
That's one crazy thing about the Columbia River. Imagine if we hadn't had salmon and steelhead for 100 years and all of these anglers who are itching for a bite went and really seeked out all these fisheries.
Oh, it'd be crazy. It'd be so
well,
different.
first off, we'd probably have stripers too.
Yes, yep, that's true. Yep.
I would go for some stripers.
I'd
Oh, that'd be
secretly
amazing.
use
I want some of
That'd
that.
be awesome.
Never caught one, but it looks fun.
Anyway, back to fish that matter, salmon.
The chrome type.
Well, we're
the
talking
chrome.
about, since we were talking about that, and then it all of a sudden went to, oh yeah, there's not going to be much of them. So then we're talking bass.
See, I think there is though. We're
There's
still
gonna
going to
be
have a
enough-
good opportunity
Yeah.
for springers. So if guys are wanting to get into, just say they're trying to prepare, bait wise, what do you do as a guide? Like, do you get prawns ready? Do you buy a bunch of herring? Do you buy? What do you do bait wise
I
as a
have been
guide?
asked a million times, have you got your case of herring yet? Oh my goodness. There's so much misunderstanding when it comes to that question out there that it is unbelievable. And no, for the long and short of it, no, I've not got my case of herring. But I also have talked to the places that I get my herring. I also know when they're going to be starving and packaging them, and they're going to be starving and packaging this month. So for all those guys that went out and bought your herring, oh, guess what? There's going to be fresher stuff out there. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. A lot of it is really dependent on how much they starve that bait and stuff. But do not expect to go out on April 1st and find good herring in the store. Do not expect to go out April 1st, and if you're a bank punker, to find any Washington coon shrimp probably anywhere on the damn shelf. You have to go get that stuff early. So as far as me prepping
and
for the
those of you
season,
that are really paying attention to this podcast, he mentions Washington coon shrimp because Washington coon shrimp is one of the only manufacturers out there that I know that has just a killer Springer bait.
And for those guys, I mean, I don't know how to describe this, but I'll just say for those guys that were fishing the largest Washington trib returning Springer run last season, they did really
well
on Washington coon shrimp.
And like I said, so
and if you cure your own, cool, cure your own, awesome.
And I cure my own too. But I'm just saying, for the guy that's wanting to think ahead, go out and get those baits as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm saying, I haven't got my herring yet. Well, that's because I've talked to the guys and I know when I need to get it. But even at that said, just get a little stash. Get all this stuff, because April 1st, you're not going to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly find the Sportsman Show is when I start gearing up. That's when I start looking at any new flashers that I want, new rods I might want to pick up.
Yep. Do it now, because you won't be able to later.
Sportsman Show is definitely a good kickoff. The one problem I had last year is finding those Washington coons, Lucas. Do you know where all you can...
It's mostly Bob's.
I know Bob's has them, which is where I bought them, but...
Yeah. There's a couple other places.
I think it's just starting to move into Vancouver and Portland and stuff like that. But it's those Longview guys that have been buying the crap out of it.
And it's weird because I think that's right next to that river that was doing really good. Yeah, so
that
just a
River.
coincidence.
Yes.
Well, and there's just a lot of old good fishermen in Longview.
Yeah,
there just is.
There is
a lot of guys that do a lot of plunking.
Yep,
too.
a lot of those plunker guys in there, Longview,
Yeah.
Kalama.
What about bait wise when you're out in the boat? I mean, how do you just keep it on ice or keep
always,
it? Yeah. And then what about if you don't use the bait? Are you bringing it back in?
I'll roll the next day. I don't know about days on it.
I let them sit in the brine for like 2 weeks and fish them anyways. I don't care if I catch anything.
They look like leather.
No, I'm totally kidding.
They're just
and there you go. Book a trip with Gone Catching Guide Service.
Yep.
I like ice though with a little bit of rock salt in it.
Yeah,
keeps it a little colder.
I don't. So yeah,
it's
generally
just
I'll do
so
is
easy.
I'll brine stuff the night before. I'll put a pack of herring per glass quart mason jar. I really do like doing that. Obviously a cooler full of ice, but sometimes if I know the bite's been kind of questionable, I don't know if I want to cure some bait. Fresh is always best. So I don't want to necessarily pull a bunch of bait that I'm not going to use in the next 2 or 3 days, but I'll generally throw a frozen one back in my cooler if I know if I'm going to fish a bunch of subsequent days. And then I'll have that one kind of defrosting. And then it's okay, I'm running low on bait. We're getting a lot of bites. We're getting a lot of snags. Who knows what. Then I'll kind of take that and put that right in the brine. And then that stuff could be fishing just in a few hours. I mean, it doesn't take too much, especially fresh is best. I don't want to, like you said, you don't want to make that bait leather. But then I'll do that. But I don't try to store. I really will not go past 2 days. Yeah. There's just no reason to. You know what I mean?
Not when you got bait.
And when it comes to bait, and this reigns true for not even just the guide, but you're on a $50,000 boat. You spend $60 of gas to get there. You're fishing $300 rods. You're doing all this stuff. You're fishing. Shoot, the line you throw on some of the reels is freaking $40 now. Yeah. And you do all this stuff, and then you're gonna be like, no, this tray of bait is $5.50 from last week. I should use it.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to say you won't catch fish, but you've done everything else in the playbook to up your odds with that special rod or that special leader, line, hooks. And then you just say, and then the one thing the fishes actually want to have anything to do with, you skimp on.
And don't be the guy that only brings one brine. That is my biggest mistake I've ever made.
One brine?
Just one straight brine that you're stuck to, and you bring it to the river with you. And fish are obviously not keying in on that.
So basically he's saying, which is why I go to your method now. He's saying, for example, you bring one cured herring, but you put 4 drops of anise in it. Well, guess what? Fish don't want anise that day. So now you're out there fishing herring with anise.
You never put your eggs in one basket.
That's what he's meaning by one brine.
Yeah.
Like I always make a brine every year that I put on YouTube last year. It's my little brine that I've used for freaking ever. It's nothing special to it, but it does have stuff in there that's not just normal herring. So I took a trick out of Cameron's book, and now I always just have one extra tray of herring that's frozen that I'm letting defrost, and I just have a jar with some rock salt and some water, and that's it. And I just, if I notice that my brine's not working right at the beginning, first couple passes, I'll just start preparing some new
you can add
herring.
anise, you can add garlic, and then that's the other thing where those Procure bait injectors come into. And like I said, what's funny too is like,
and Monster Bite.
And now I'm really
Don't
gonna
sleep on Monster Bite.
I'm really gonna ruin it.
I'm really gonna ruin this here for a lot of people, but
because
herring. Because herring is a herring, and it is. Those fresh springers, they're bitey. They're really, really bitey. When those water temps are down in the 40s and even the low 50s, I really start playing the scent game at about 54, 56 degrees. Because then I know, and I mean, I would bet you money. I bet you the keys to the boat that there's times that once you start seeing, and generally you don't start seeing that in the early Columbia fishery, those temperatures, but you do start seeing it in some of the Willamette fishing, and you really, really start seeing it in the summer chinook fishing. And when you start seeing those temperatures creep up, those fish, whether they get irritated or attracted by or anything like that, but that's when particular scents really come into play. And that's when I'm coming out there, like you said, I'm coming out there with a bunch of blank bait, but I'm coming out there with some pre-cured and this and this and this and this, and I've got the whole freaking workshop.
What about you ever troll anchovies?
Nope.
Nah.
Liar. He's just full on lying. I tried to lead the question, guys, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I mean, it pays to be a little different than everybody else out there.
And it does. Even last year we saw it on that last closing day. You brought out some red labels.
I was just gonna say, you guys are such dicks. And then I was gonna say, don't think too. Shoot, if everyone's running green and blue labels, there's been a lot of years, especially these last 3 years, when we haven't had the runoff. Where a very tiny little cut red label was absolute just murderous.
What are you guys' predictions, though? I think this year is going to be totally different, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, we were talking about snowpack. Yep, snowpack.
Yeah, I think early season you're going to be doing a lot of plugs, but it's still going to get to the troll.
I think it's going to be tide dependent. Yeah. I think when you have a big outgoing tide, you're probably not going to want, like, depending on whatever day it falls on, you're really going to want to probably think about just finding those sweet spots anchored up, especially if it's good burner tide up in Longview and Woodland and stuff. I think you're going to really, it's going to be more of that. Last few years, you're right, we've trolled straight through the tide, no regard, and caught fish through. But this year, I think when those tides really back off a little bit, that'll be the time to troll, and you're going to really have to pay attention to it a little bit. Yeah. There'll be a good anchor game, though.
What about the tributaries?
We don't talk tribs.
No, okay. No tributary
There's no springers that go into
tribs. There ain't no tribs. There's no
springers.
tributary springers. If you want to catch tributary springers, you got to go to the Oregon coast. And we'll just leave it at that. Josh, so if you're going out, like you're going fishing in the Columbia for springers, what do you typically do like the night before? What's your game plan? Like, what are you doing to get ready for the next day?
Obviously, I'm going to be branding some herring.
He's calling me to find out.
I'm calling Karen.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
Actually, I got another joke in there. I'll leave you alone.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Obviously, I'm going to brine some herring. That's about it, really. I don't do a whole lot because my leaders are already going to be tied. My rods are already going to be set up. There's not much to it. Get the boat ready. And then crash so I can get some sleep because I'm going to be up super early. Because my dad's that guy that likes to launch and then go sit on the beach and be like, oh, yep, it's we got about an hour. Let's drink some coffee.
I love doing that. Like, even this fall.
It is kind of nice when there's not a bunch of people.
Yeah, you just launch.
I'm so excited to have a sled.
Yeah, you just go and just chill. I don't mind doing that. Then you can dink around and uncut cruddy leaders and, just tool around the boat. It's kind of nice.
Which reminds me, I need to start tearing my sled apart a little bit and doing a couple things to it. Now's a good time too to get ready to get your boat ready. Make sure Cameron told me this a long time ago. He said, "Don't be that guy that goes out on March 15th, first time you're going to launch your boat put it in there. You haven't
Make
started
sure
your
it's
boat all
Saturday at
season.
7 a.m. too.
Saturday 7 a.m. You launch your boat and you get it out there and then you're like, and then you're like, oh man, and then you're just blocking up the boat ramp. I mean, it's just, I don't want to be that guy. No, I don't want to be that guy.
It's awesome.
Oh man.
And we've all been there. I mean, it happens, but do a little, put a little pride into it. Put a little homework into it. You know, make sure your stuff's good and clean.
What kind of leaders are you?
I've been doing what you told me. I've been going out like every 2 weeks and I just crank my motor for a second and then
I just do make sure my batteries are charged.
Yep.
Maybe move that fuel around a little bit. You know, I've been taking my sled out at least about once a week and chasing steelhead.
I was gonna say mine will probably
hit.
hit the Columbia, at least get ran before Springer season actually
Oh, for sure.
kicks off.
Yeah, do that.
We're
I might take
partnering
a
this year
pass.
too to do something cool on March 4th, and a lot of people don't even know about this. I haven't told anyone. I talked to Cameron about it a little bit, but Cameron's just now hearing this as well.
What?
But March 4th, we partnered
yeah.
with an insurance agency, and we actually also partnered with who's coming? There's a couple law enforcement agencies that are coming to help us do this, and I can't remember now. So hold on real quick while I bring this
we
up.
all really know what's going on around here.
Let me
And,
Google this.
yeah, especially me. Yeah, in a sheriff's department. Either way, what he's going to do is we're going to sponsor and announce basically a boat check morning or a boat check day. Where
So
you
the
come and
Clark
get your
County
sticker.
Sheriff's
Yeah.
Department's going to be there performing safety checks. And the nice thing about a safety check, and I got this done last year at the beginning of the season, is once you get checked and then you put that sticker on your boat, they don't mess with you pretty much the rest of the season.
And that's just the sheriff department, though.
Exactly.
And it doesn't necessarily mean. And one
But
thing,
the sheriff's
yeah.
department's the majority of the time I've been
Absolutely.
checked has been by the sheriff department.
Yep.
So anyway, March 4th, we're going to have, basically, we're just going to be sitting there waiting for people to either get done, start springer fishing or get done springer fishing. We'll be sitting there all day with the sheriff's department. You can get your boat checked, and I'm bringing mine
and
down.
I was
you
gonna say
pick
I'll be
that-
fishing.
Yeah,
bringing mine
well,
down.
I mean, in March 4th.
That's
I mean,
why we're doing it at the ramp.
Yeah, and March 4th, I mean, it's definitely a day that people are definitely thinking about springers, but it's not going to be insane. Like,
No, it
it's
ain't
not
gonna be
gonna
lights out
packed, so
fishing.
it's a good opportunity. It's that perfect timing to go out there, maybe get lucky and find a unicorn. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and get your stuff checked out. So
That's
it's a
when
good
I like
day
to
for
get
them.
all the kinks out early on. You know, try to remember how to run a trolling motor, all that good stuff.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm not springer fishing till March 25th.
Yeah, no,
Just
I'm
when-
definitely
yeah,
not
me
this
neither.
year. There's no way.
even though I just got an email, some guy's like, "You want to book a trip for March
go out.
18th?" I'm like,
You guys
"Nope,
say
I'll be
this
gone."
every
I know.
year.
I'll go
Yeah,
out
they
March
do.
4th so I can
I
get my
still
boat
go out.
checked.
You know what? That might be my first day too.
Yeah,
that sounds like
we
a
should
good
just
idea.
all go out and freaking.
We should probably just
Do
all
some
go out
trolling and
February
set an anchor line.
28th and try to get that last
No,
February fish.
You let us
Dude,
know
no,
how it
let's
goes.
do that. That'd be fun. Let's get like your sled, Josh's sled, my sled, Forrest. We'll get like just a freaking line
Just
of
the
sleds.
armada.
Dude.
That'd be fun.
My earliest was it was like February 28th.
Yeah,
It was snowing.
my earliest was a year. Oh man, I want to say 7-8 years ago, and we were plunking. And just because we were like, we don't want to burn the gas, we're like, well, we could run into one out there. They could run in here. Anyways, I got one on February 6th, and then I got one 3 days later on February 9th. I was lucky.
Marlon, we're not winning this tournament.
No, but I have not even come anything
I'll
close.
destroy him on this.
And I was
tournament.
plunking. I was just sitting on a
Joking.
beach. Sitting on the beach, playing horseshoes, screwing off.
When?
February 6th and February 9th. It hadn't been like...
Wow.
Yeah. What?
He's lying.
Yep, I'm lying.
Just trying to get recognition as a guide.
I'm plunking on a beach, so I'm not really going to do much
Yeah,
with
if you
that.
wanna go
But yeah, I
plunking,
guess...
hit up Karen Black.
Yeah, 7 years ago, I caught a springer on February 6th. How about that?
Hey, you
Book with me.
You would be surprised how many people use their Buoy 10 fall chinook picks to book a springer trip.
You are brutal.
There's guys that do it. There's
I'm not a
sponsored
guide.
posts right now that I see on
I know.
Facebook.
Hey,
And
I'm
it's-
not a guide. I could say
mean,
this.
dude.
No.
Oh,
No,
he's
it's
harsh.
hilarious. You have guys.
I see him too, and then I go, "Yep, that's not a springer, or you're
Yeah.
going to jail." One of the two. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Yeah.
It's weird. They
well,
all have
no,
fins.
and I'll say it because I'm gonna say it. But then I also saw a winter. I was only up for a little while, but I saw a winter steelhead video from a guy.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's back trolling, and the guy's out there in t-shirts, and there's
everything's
leaves
green.
on the tree, and he's fishing the river that I live on, and I'm like, no, it does
Not winter steelhead.
It's summer steelhead, and I only glanced at it, and a few people had already done the service of maybe saying,
Yeah.
And I'll leave
And
it
it
at that.
really like winter.
Oh,
The one
that's fine.
nice thing about booking with Cameron, the one,
No,
no,
that's a
is
lie.
he is actually really honest about
No,
if it's
I'm
going to
not.
be. Okay, that's true. No, if it's, I think a good guide should be able to tell you, no, it's just not good yet. And it will be in a week. Let's reschedule for then. But I do.
I
feel
hear him do it every single day, which is why he has a month worth of trips back.
Backed up like 2020.
But hey,
but
that's better than-
yeah. Coupled with, and you know, it's pretty easy though. If you put yourself in the position where you say, look, a couple days before, you're like, hey guys, the fish just aren't here, or the conditions are bad. And then sometimes I'll get a lot of those guys who are like, we don't care. We need to go out and give them hell. It's the day off they took from work. It's when they're in vacation, anything like that. And then you go and you fish your ass off and you just do what you can and you make it happen. And then there's the other times where guys are really flexible. I got a lot of retired guys. I mean, so it's like, hey, guys, let's push this off.
Hey,
Week and a half.
how many guys this year do you think we're going to have saying, man, I went out and fished 15 trips. I put addicted salmon blend on my hair every single time, and I can't get a salmon.
It's addicted blend's fault.
Yeah, and then you still have to make sure that your herring gets in front of a fish. So there's
Well, and
that
the
whole
thing is, like we said before, we didn't design it for springers. Could it work? Could you catch a fish on it?
well,
Absolutely.
sure,
Hey, I
what?
heard from Roger
Oh yeah, Roger
out
from
from the Great Lakes. I'm like, hey, you get a chance to check out that salmon and steelhead blend yet? And I'm expecting him to try the steelhead blend. Instead, he puts the salmon blend on his plugs for steelhead. He tries it. He tries it out and just no bites going on at all. Then he puts it on a plug, 3 fish in succession, 2 steelhead and a brown trout, just like that. He's like, I don't know
salmon
what's
blend.
I will say this though.
Salmon
okay,
blend.
hold on.
And
I
you
will
know
say
why?
this. Go ahead. I think I
You
know
go
why.
ahead. Yeah, go.
Because those steelhead in the lakes, they're eating a lot of like fish. They're eating a lot of minnows. They're eating.
Yep.
I mean, so maybe, and with the fall,
We created that for
salmon
those
blend,
upper river.
it's definitely something that would be catered towards that. Now, I will say, and I've been talking to the guys over at Procure, and I really don't know how I do it. And you and I will talk about this later. But there is a missing component to that works just insanely good for summer Chinook. And I think I've told you what it is, but we're thinking about maybe launching that late spring when, like I said, when those temps creep up, and that is just
Scents
my
make a
summer
difference.
Chinook.
Salmon
Killer.
plus the ingredient.
Yeah, I think
Salmon
we
plus
should.
salmon.
I mean,
summer.
The only problem is lavender is really expensive.
lavender.
Lavender.
Actually, it was maraschino cherries. I heard that one time for steelhead. But yeah, either way, no. We'll think about expanding the line. But then again, we might not just expand it to that, because then everybody would know that, and then it'd be that I'd have no edge.
Then you'd have zero edge.
But I'm telling you what,
yeah.
like I said, temperatures come up. That scent, or a scent, then it's a whole another game.
Moving on past salmon, I think it's time to rage. I think we should just rage on some people. Anyone just pissing you off lately online that you just want to freaking call out?
I wouldn't say anybody in particular. My biggest one today was people telling people how to fish who obviously don't fish at all.
Second, before you start doing this, just realize, you know how many comments that I type into that little freaking window bar?
And then have to delete
And then
them?
before I hit enter, I chicken out.
Oh, I do the same thing every single day.
I do all the time.
I ask myself, it's like, okay, do I really want to get into this guy for the next hour and a half of my life, or do I want to go do something more productive?
The thing that I love is you'll get into it with these dudes online, and this is the reason I don't get into it with people online, because
It's not worth it. It
you can
doesn't
just
matter.
go back and forth,
Well-
and they always have an argument for something, but then the second you, case in point, argued about CCA with people, right? I've never been a CCA supporter. I just watched that live feed, and I basically believed what they were talking about, so I donated my money and signed up for 3 years. But anyway, you get all these guys that are just arguing, oh, CCA this, CCA that. The second I freaking put out, here's a concrete list, 4 pages long, of all the things that CCA has
Nobody
done.
says anything.
Crickets.
Disappear.
Crickets. Nothing. Not one word from anyone. I even posted
Yeah, I
screenshot
saw
pictures on other people's posts to say, hey, bud, I'm just, you see the list? Did you see it?
And
just
it's
all
like,
of a
and even
sudden,
with some of the commercial guys that were on the page, you like going back to what Josh is saying, it's like, yeah, you want to make that comment, and then so you do, and so there's like, okay, we're gonna have ourselves a little keyboard battle, that Jedi
Battle
lightsaber
Royale.
battle royale, and guess what? And so, but you're right, but I would go back and forth with these commercial guys, and they'd ask me a question, I'd answer. I'd ask a question, they'd change the subject. They'd ask me a question, I would answer. I would ask a question, they'd change. And afterwards, it's like, okay, I'm not going to sit here for more than freaking another 10 minutes and play this little game.
I don't know how some people do it. It's exhausting.
That's why I just got rid of them all.
Arguing on the internet
And so
is
guys,
exhausting.
I wouldn't survive more than 5 minutes on PETA's page. Why the heck do they? If they're not going to answer my questions, they're going to be gone on ours.
Well, and then
period.
that's the thing. People get mad, because we delete the post and we don't,
No,
moderate
that's
every
something
single
different,
comment.
though.
No, but
No.
feeding into the thing, like we don't have time to read
Hold on,
every
you're talking
single
something different. Like I just did that stuff just on principle. Like, you want to stir it up, you want to stir the pot, then we're gonna have an engaging conversation. That's what you're after. Is what you're talking about is when someone makes a post and then you get about 2 or 3 idiots on there and they just start acting like dingbats, and so instead of playing babysitter, you just torch the whole thing.
Every single day.
And we do all the time.
I delete 25 of them a day.
Yep.
And we're referring
because this is the internet.
Yeah, and we're referring to the Facebook group. So that is a closed membership group that you can join on Facebook. And we do have lively discussions, but we do keep it positive and we keep it about fishing. And, it's something 20,000, 30,000 people strong. Yes. Good pictures of sea lions. I just saw one, Rainier, Oregon, a dock that you could not see the dock. It was nothing but sea lions.
Oh, I thought you meant one with a hole in it or something. That's a good picture.
They're obese and they're
so
loud.
bad.
And
They're vermin.
Oh, yeah. And they
I
own
would
every
tell.
dock. They own every dock in Astoria.
But anyways, you wanted to rage on somebody?
Oh, I just want to rage all the time. You guys know that.
Marlin has a rage problem.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
About what?
That was the most. You've had one of the best, most epic rages I've ever seen.
On the live feed.
The
when I went
live feed
off-
rage.
Oh no, it's not now. That was even a little too much. You got it.
I don't know. That was just he was just keeping it real.
I haven't gotten one negative complaint from it.
I know,
All positive.
but yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta put people in their place. It's been long enough.
Yeah.
It's been long enough, and it's just
But
time
to be fair, you really did rage on him. But everybody's perception is different. So when you talk about people who don't know, but maybe to them they really do know about fishing, like what you were talking about earlier, Josh, when people try to give advice, and maybe that guy really does think that. So you got to always realize, you always got to kind of bite your tongue, delete that comment, and just go, you know what? Maybe this guy's perception of something is just a little bit different than mine.
Well, and one thing we got to remember too, and I probably get caught up in it as well, but everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, there was a long time ago, back in 2008, when I created Fishing Addicts, when every single person was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Why are you doing that? Why are you creating that?"
Yeah, yep.
And people, people,
including Cameron. Cameron was one of them.
No comment.
No, that
it wasn't because I created it and I got freaking money and free gear and basically haven't had to pay for a single thing of fishing now for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, going back to what you're saying, everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But when you first start, you don't make comments like that.
Yeah, have some humility.
I learned. That's all I did. I just learned.
Yep.
Listened.
Yep.
You learn more when you listen.
You know how many times though, I'll just say it, just being a sticker guide, because I filled out the form and I got the sticker. A guy will come up and tell me some story about how he caught some fish doing this or on what, and 98% of the time it's like you just roll your eyes, just glazed over, just like, oh gosh. You caught a giant, I don't know, springer on a bead drifting the Columbia. You just say but then every now and then though, when you shut up and you just listen to their stories, sometimes you get a lot of information, or you glean something just from that different perspective. And even though you think oh, this guy is so full of crap, or he has no clue what he's doing in the world, but every now and then there's just that perception, that different eyeball looking at it can tell you something different. And I mean, I can say, look at what I've been doing the last couple weeks for Steelhead. We're not even talking about, but what I've been using and doing and how it's been working. Even though that's something I did, some old boy told me that. I'm like, yeah, I guess I better bring this. I'm having a tough season. I better bring that out again. And shoot, caught the biggest, probably one of the biggest fish
after we
so
just
far.
ran 6 casts through worms through there and one with a jig.
Yep. And so it's just, you gotta, delete a lot of those comments. Just realize that it's just a discussion and just go from there.
Well, one thing I have to remind myself, because I get caught up in like making fun of people or poking, poking jabs at people, but you just got everyone has their own goals and ambitions in life, and you just never know where they're at. Yeah. You don't know what they're doing or what they're. Now, I will say though, there is a couple of you out there that are just plain idiots.
Yeah, there's a couple of you guys out there that are just plain dicks.
Yeah, there's a couple of you out there that just need to realize it's time to stop.
Yeah, it gets old.
I'm actually actively deleting that comment right now.
Oh, I made Josh feel bad.
And hey, take advice from people. If people give you advice,
there you go.
If
that
people give you
right
advice.
There.
Take it with an open mind. Don't get defensive and mad because they're giving you advice.
And the other thing is don't play the expert fisherman. Like some guy might tell somebody, and I'm like, yeah, that's maybe only half true from what I see, but maybe what that person is telling the other person though, to that person might be everything. Maybe that person, the person he's telling has zero clue. At least that guy's getting him halfway there and just realize, you know what, it is what it is.
And there's no point where you stop learning.
Nope.
Ever. The best fishermen are always trying something new every year.
Fact.
And another thing is don't discount the locals, because you can have all the information in the world show up at a different river, and some local who may have only fished that one river once just has the color or just has the presentation. A local may know just one little bit of information that his grandpa, told him that really does work, and you really got to take everybody's thoughts and advice into consideration. That's one thing I think that's really exciting about the internet in general, is it really does allow techniques to spread. It of course is making river names go everywhere, which we get crap for, yet we don't drop river names. But one thing that's exciting is we can share techniques.
We can rage on that.
Oh yeah. So one thing I don't get is Fishing Addicts' whole premise, and always has been, is don't mention river names. We even, really try to keep out, any incriminating visual evidence from pictures and stuff like that. And in our videos,
dude, we have some killer video shots where there's bridges in the background that we've never used because we don't want the bridge out there.
Exactly. We don't want that. So, and then also another thing that people don't realize is that we make a video and it's often 10 rivers in 1 2-minute video, and then someone goes, "Oh, I know that river." And it's like, "Well, which one?" "Oh, it's this one." And it's like, "Well, that's actually not any of them of the 10."
And then they're wrong.
And they're wrong. But they're just so pissed off that you showed one thing that they thought they recognized.
And if you know, then guess what?
You already know.
Exactly.
You know. And if you don't know, you don't need.
And we go as far as,
people,
not only do I not say river names, but you guys don't realize how many YouTube comments I delete, Facebook comments, Instagram comments. Every single day I'm making sure that river names stay out of our feed. Do we miss some? Yes, we have a huge platform. There's going to be times we miss it. But we try our hardest to just keep them out of our
But those
content.
same people that have an issue with us for that have no problem with some magazine giving away the exact rock on their home river. You go to this signpost on
With
River
maps.
Mile 5, and then you go to this boulder and you cast to this seam, and you should be able to get a steelhead there in March 2nd through 16th. Or you get some guy on TV that's saying...
But you want to know why?
I was watching TV the other day, and they literally gave directions to one fishing spot.
But how much effort does it take for someone to be a whiny... Anyways, to go online and type in a little 1-sentence shot versus actually tracking down and finding who produced that video, writing them an email, doing that. So like you have to kind of just realize like,
that's just the social media area we're in.
That's exactly it. It's social media. It's easy for everybody.
It's actually surprising with our numbers. I don't think we have as bad a troll numbers as we could have.
Oh no, it's pretty moderate.
Most people are pretty amazing. Yeah. I am so thankful for people that we meet through Fishing Addicts, that you find that they're like-minded, great anglers, they're smart. I mean,
which is why we want to meet you guys all at the Portland Sportsman Show. We want to be able to shake your guys' hands and come say hi. So.
And these are guys that, they're guys and girls that are totally down with the no river names things. They're looking at techniques, sharing things, and they're taking it to their own water, and they're doing amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's only squeaky wheels. There's a few, but
Cameron has been influencing some bigger names in the industry as well to slowly move away from the river name stuff, and it's been working.
Absolutely.
I mean, and truth be told, that's better for a beginning angler anyways, especially in the salmon and steelhead game.
Yeah.
So
it's just realistic.
You can't chase reports.
Times.
Every fisherman in the world has chased reports, and every fisherman in the world has been burned by that. So
that sucks.
It is what it is.
And as we get bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's more anglers, it just makes sense
Yeah.
to not be, dropping river names left and right.
Oh yeah, dude. And truth be told, guys, if we switched right now and said we're gonna start naming river names, guess what? We would quadruple in size.
Yeah.
Period. We would have that many
Well,
more
it would,
followers.
because there's a lot of people, but like I said,
We would have
it's
a lot of followers.
It's the instant gratification
Yep.
kind of thing. But we want the anglers that are going to be willing to work for it. We want the anglers that are going to be willing to dive into the techniques and to learn. And then also, like I said, and they also learn a lot of other things. Like they learn a lot of things like like river etiquette and stuff like that too. Kind of engaging with these people and kind of
Exactly.
understanding how a lot of these fisheries work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, one last time, what's the Portland Sportsman Show, Lucas? What are the dates?
February 8th through 12th, and again, we are in booth
159.
159. So Hall A, we're right across from Bob's.
We are like right across from Bob's towards the main entrance. If you, like I said, everybody knows the older building there that has the trout pond in it. We're kind of in the middle of that building, but we are down against the
Smells
outer.
delicious.
I was
in
going to
there.
say the best smelling.
we're far enough away from there that it's actually we're in good
That's
shape
good.
actually. But we'll be down against the outer wall. Like I said, booth 159. Myself, TJ Hester, Fishing Addicts will obviously be there.
One big happy
trying to think what else is
conglomerate.
right there. Yeah, right there by Bob's, right there by Brad's. Brad's is there too.
Brad's.
Go
Just kind
sign
of
up
in
for
the
that raffle. That's a ridiculous package.
Yeah, all we want, guys, is your name and email address, and the only reason we're asking for that is just so we can pick a winner.
Yep. And guided trip, not to mention rods, reels, all sorts of gear. It's fantastic. And then check us out on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Of course, go check out the podcast as a whole. Guys, please subscribe to this podcast, whether you're on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you may be. Just subscribe to the podcast. Also, check out our website. We got a lot of content going up on a monthly basis. I mean, there's a new article that we just did about the CCA meeting that we had, a good article about gill nets in the main stem Columbia, and then just techniques and different videos. So check out the website. And of course, we would love to hear from you either at the Portland Sportsman Show, or you can email us at fishingaddictsnorthwest@gmail.com. Any questions or things you want to hear about, we just like keeping the conversation open.
And then, of course, there's all of our social platforms. We got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. Just search Fishing Addicts Northwest on Google, and it'll pull up all of our platforms, or you can reach them from our website.
What
And
the heck do you Snapchat? Your Dutch bros?
Lonnie does. I don't know.
Lonnie does.
Lonnie runs the Snapchat. Yeah. If you guys are following us on Snapchat, that's all Lonnie
Lonnie's
Brooks.
selfies.
So.
Is that like a thing
Lonnie
like to
selfies.
Lonnie
Snapchat
just
your
got a
Dutch
ton of
brothers?
Oh yeah,
followers.
totally. You drive by Dutch bros, like, oh my gosh, Dutch bros. No, actually, I gotta admit, I love Dutch bros.
Is that like some kind of, I don't know.
No, Snapchat is used by so many teenage girls, and for some reason, every single one of them has a Snapchat with a Dutch bros. But I used to make fun of it until
That's
I
why
went there.
I don't know and
say,
much
I
about
thought-
Snapchat, I guess.
And one last little reminder, everyone out there, if you could please leave us a review either on Google Play or iTunes.
Yes.
Just leave us a review on there and let us know what you want to hear about. What do you want us to talk about? What direction you want the podcast to go?
Yeah.
We're doing this for you guys out there that are bored at work listening to us or driving long distances. We're doing this for you. So let
do
us
you
know what you want to hear.
And we're talking fishing.
Do you think Lucas should take us out with a song tonight?
No.
He goes straight
guys.
for the guitar.
Thanks for listening.
Stan Tyler can, though.
We'll see you next time.
See you
All
next
right,
time,
see you
guys.
guys on the water later.
Don't want to close my eyes.